Hello, everyone. My name is Elijah Kim. I'm one of the co-founder of Clive Systems, and I have the honor and privilege to interview one of our most recent successful clients, Mel from Prime Home Improvements. I'm super excited for this interview as we're gonna go really in depth on just Mel's experience so far in the Clive Systems program, going from before working with us to using more outdated marketing methods as we discussed, going things from like billboards, TVs, magazines, just not really having a way to gain online and digital presence in the age that we live in. And really now after the transformation, right, is seeing a lot more engagement in his brand in his local area, is seeing far more results in terms of appointments and revenue on a monthly basis. We've been working, I think, over almost 2 years now, I believe, right? It's been close to 2 year partnership. So we're super honored to have him on the interview today to discuss a little bit more depth. So thanks for coming on, Mel. We appreciate you hopping on.
Very welcome. Thank you for
Awesome.
joining.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story, just so the audience can get to know you a little bit more, like your market, what you guys do, and where you're from.
Absolutely. Company is Prime Home Improvements. It is a DBA of Prime Building Services. We're located in New York. When people think New York, they think New York City, but New York is a massive state. So we're about 45 minutes from the tri-state area. Company's been in business since 1974. We started as a roofing, siding, and window company. And as you can imagine, we have evolved, and our marketing strategies over the years have also evolved. And we try to stay with whatever is working for the time. And our strategies of paper advertisement, where we would try to get our name into a mailbox so someone can touch it, see it, feel it, call us. That wasn't working anymore. We went the route with SEO advertisement, and that also was not working anymore. So then we said, okay,
Mm.
how do we get our information directly into the eyes of a person in their everyday lifestyle, like when they're at lunch, when they're in the train, when they're in the car, in the telephone, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. These are all the things that people are actually involved with now. And we came across your company's name, and at the beginning, again, we're always skeptical to bring in a new partner because we call everyone partners. That's in the marketing strategy for us. But so far, like you said, it's been 2 years, man, and it's been great. Our revenues have been significantly different than where they were the year before because we have these new leads where our salespeople are actually capturing. The leads are very good. And the reason I say good is because your company qualifies them and we don't have to waste anything but to actually go there and get the job done by closing the deal. So it's been great. They're creative. Your team is just absolutely creative. You understand the market. You understand our business. You understand exactly where we're trying to go, and that makes it a lot easier that we don't have to explain that, right? It's one
Mm.
less step that we have to take in an already challenging environment where competition is just getting more fierce, and the idea is who's going to stay on top of it, right?
Yeah,
And I made the right decision by going with you guys, and you guys have been phenomenal about it. So,
we
very
appreciate those words, man. Yeah, that you really touched on something, which was the whole concept of brand and integration with your partners to understand the brand, right? Because we now live in an era in 2026 where having an established brand where people can trust is so important, especially now with AI and all the, just non-authentic, non-humanized brands out there and videos. And it's getting to a point where people don't really they can't trust what they see online. And establishing an online presence, a digital presence that really establishes your grounds, your roots. Like you said, you've been in business for almost 50 since 1970s, you said, right? 50.
for my
Yeah.
part of the business, and I came into the business in 2007. I became co-owner of the business in 2015. So it's been a roller coaster, a good one, I would say. I'm not a fan of roller coasters, but this one has been pretty nice. But again, our entire strategy here is to continue to grow. I just feel like if you don't grow, then what's the purpose of being in business, right?
Yeah,
You have
100%.
things, get creative, change your strategy, improve it, whatever it is that you need to do in order to make that goal happen. Uh,
100%.
it's been
Yeah.
great.
I got one more question for you, Mel. What is your personal like favorite aspect about the program? What do you love the most about how we work, and how does it compare to like other agencies you might have used in the past?
In the past, we had agencies, just send us customers information. It's like, here, we got a lead off the internet. Why don't you call them? Why don't you qualify them? And then we would call and qualify, and it wouldn't be a lead. It would be some information that just came through a contact site on our website or maybe their internal CRM. What I like about you guys is that you guys are actually taking that step out of our way by having this conversation back and forth with the client, and once you figure out, okay, this is a real lead, we know exactly how the customer is going to pay. We know how old the roof is. We know this is not a repair. We know this is solid. And I'm going to send it over to Mel's guys to finalize the appointment. Not finalize it, but actually just confirm the day and time that you guys have set up. And I think that that's completely different than what most your competitors, are doing out there, because we get calls all the time with people saying, "Hey, listen, hire me, and we're going to supply you with 250 leads." What they really mean is 250 names for you to go qualify and chase, and maybe one of those names is actually good. But who wants to pay for 250 things that you don't use when you're only using one, right?
Hmm.
So the idea is that we take this risk together, and you guys take that out of our hands. It makes it a lot easier. We do have to pay for the advertisement, but I get it. The offset to that is that you guys actually do the back end work, and you are compensated when we go to this lead, and which I love paying you because we make money. So it's great. So that's the difference between
Hmm.
what's out there and what you guys are doing, which I truly like. So.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And like you said at the end, it's about mutual alignment. When you guys actually get the qualified result that you're looking for, that's when we get paid, right? So we're mutually incentivized to continue growing with you because Clive's works in proportion to the level of actual results that we're able to deliver on your plate, right? So it's in your best interest for us to generate that result for you and vice versa. How is your like where would you say this is an interesting question? Where do you think you would be today if you haven't partnered with Clive, since the beginning? What would kind of be the consequence you feel like the business would be at if you didn't have a program, if you hadn't joined the program like ours?
Will be in a trial error situation. And if you understand pharmaceuticals, in pharmaceuticals, you don't make any money while you're in research. So still be in research, and it's not good to be in research. You want to be able to have something that's producing, that people are using. So to answer your question, we will still be on research. But now my second call to you guys this week was, hey, how do we expand to another market? Since we actually cover three different states, how do we target that state? I wouldn't be calling you if that wasn't what I thought. If you guys weren't who I thought would bring us to that level. So
Mm,
that level of partnership and that confidence on what you guys are doing, it's really sets everything apart. So
mm.
to answer the question, where will we be right now? In research mode. I don't want to be in research mode. I want to be in action mode, meaning that we have something that's either tangible or intangible, and someone is willing to pay us for it because it's good.
Yeah,
And
that's a great answer.
companies make money.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Good way to put it. Amazing, Mel. Okay, last question before we wrap up the interview now. Let's imagine that they're on the other side of the screen watching this interview, right, is another roofer or business owner or someone who potentially wants to grow their roofing company, and is considering a program like Clive's, but they're sitting on the fence. They're a little unsure, they're not convinced. What would you say to that person right now on the other side of the screen?
I would say that if you're anywhere within the vicinity of where we do business, don't call Clive. But from us, call Clive because they're actually going to help you out. So that's my own plug to your business and our business at the same time.
That's good protection. Yeah, we so many of our clients say the same exact things. Like, oh, if you're in my market, don't call them up. But if you're not, then all by all means. We completely appreciate that too. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else?
Well, that's it, man. We're really happy. I want to be able to see where 2026 takes us, and I want 2026 to be the biggest year, God willing, that we can have in this business, man. And again, you can only do that by the people that you surround yourselves with. And I think
Mm,
that we're surrounded by good people, knowledgeable people, people who can take us to that level. So I just look forward to seeing what 2026 December 31st is going to be like, and for us, if we're not in person, we can toast a good glass of wine. Uh,
100%. We love that. Yeah. Celebration for growth and success in advance, right? We believe in faith that this year has really good, fruitful things ahead of us. So we're also very excited to continue having a fruitful partnership. So appreciate it, Mel. Well, yeah, everyone who's watching this, thanks for tuning in, and thank you, Mel, for letting me interview today for this success interview. If you're watching this right now and you are potentially interested in working together, or you just have some questions about our program and you want to learn more about how we work, then I want to encourage you to just take that next step, talk with our team, book that call, or click the link below on this interview, and we can definitely do a deep dive on your specific situation and see what a custom game plan we can build out for you to get results, just like Mel here from Prime. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mel, for the conversation, and we'll talk soon, everyone.